Hey everybody, this is Glidercat and it's time to play. We're back in Facteroids. Let's get back to it. Between episodes, I did a little bit of building. We've got a little more platform here you can see. And I actually spent quite a bit of time. And if we scroll over this way, built a ton of platforms. So we have lots of room. And I also built this solar-powered kind of pyramid thing that extends up and bottom, and it seems like it's up high and then down low. And this isn't done yet, but this is helping our power situation quite a bit. So yeah, last episode, kind of towards the end and in between episodes, I had miners all over our asteroid, all over the place, and I spent some time just to clean it all up so we can kind of get a fresh start and a better idea of what we're working towards. We finally have some room to build. So let's back up and I'll show you kind of the plan here. So we've got a pad here, a big platform right here for, this is going to be for our colony. This platform here is going to be for farming, hopefully. Same thing here, farming, and then power. And then we're going to have another 4 platforms over here and 4 behind the asteroid on that side and 4 platforms behind the asteroid on that side. And it's going to take a bunch of time to get there. But I think it might look cool once it's done. Now these platforms, camera's going to be a little bit of a challenge, by the way. These platforms are going to change the way these look a little bit. These little extensions that are kind of linking the platforms together, I want to replace all of that with these blocks here, these guys. I think that would look a whole heck of a lot better. And then maybe the first block all the way around, we could do too. Ooh, I'm going to delete that quick before they start building it. So we'll change the way this looks. And then we may throw more solar on here. We need to incorporate batteries. So there's some design stuff we'll do. But this episode, let's not work so much on these platforms. Let's get to kind of building our industry. Down here, underneath those platforms above, is where I kind of want to do our factory stuff. And I want to move any factory components that we have clinging onto the asteroid. I want to move them down here. And this is probably the first one we want to work on. This is the, we're making water here, and then this next row of refiners is making the hydrogen and oxygen, and then some of that oxygen is going into the atmosphere to create our atmosphere bubble, which is huge, by the way. Check it out. We have a ton of atmosphere. This was just tiny in the middle of the rock when we started. You can see that atmosphere bubble is getting huge. We want to move all of this. In fact, there's no ice going into this processing. We need to move this down. Atmosphere level right now is we're at level 24, and we have 22,284 units of oxygen in the atmosphere. We're going to tear all that out. So what we need to do, we want to put that down on this platform. We need ice, a supply of ice coming in, and then we need oxygen to go into one of these atmosphere dispensers. Then we need to also route oxygen up to our colony, which is tiny. We're probably going to move this and build it out. These guys need a supply of oxygen. Right now it's coming in here into this supply hub. I think we want to move all of this back here. These solar panels can all go. I don't think we need those anymore for energy. Apologize for the camera work. It's just a little crazy. So yeah, let's do that. We're going to move the oxygen, but in order to feed it into this colony, I'm thinking we should move the colony back or move it over. Let's get rid of some of these solar panels. These were just kind of temporary when I was really desperate for energy. I don't think we need these. These don't cost much to make. It's like an ice and a rock, or 2 ice and 2 rock gets us that. Let's see, how do we want to do this? What's the middle? 1, 2. $13. So this is kind of the middle-ish. Let's do a new supply hub here. I think that's it, the very, very, very top. Supply hub here. Zoom in. I think that'll work. There's our new supply hub. And then we've got a couple different options on housing. We have these habitats that are, say, basic colony dwelling supports. One colonist needs power, water, oxygen, and produces waste. Or we have these advanced ones, needs atmosphere and food, does not have to be built on concrete, but still has to be connected to a supply hub with passageways. Looks like these guys are going to want advanced foods that we don't have yet. We don't have bread. We don't have canned seaweed. These guys just need power, water, and oxygen. So let's stick with these guys. Little habitats. And how do we want to do this? Let's go. Let's start it with 10 of these guys. Get them in a row like that. Get rid of more of this solar. And we'll connect this with a habitat tube. Here, I think we'll do it. Okay, now this is where we need to get our oxygen into. And we'll disband all this in a bit. We're going to want to get... I think we'll feed this from underneath. So this block needs to go... Maybe all 3 of these blocks need to go, or a couple of them need to go. We need to get oxygen in. I think that's... Let's see. Yeah, oxygen and water need to come in, and waste needs to come out. So oxygen and water, we'll feed both of those from below, and then the waste needs to come out. Let's get that. We'll route that out through the bottom too. So let's poke 3 holes here. I'm just going to put down some miners here. Here, we'll take up this concrete, and we'll bring supplies in and take the waste out from underneath this platform. These guys are going to dump out concrete, and we have a bunch of concrete belts underneath here. I think, where can we get to them? Way over here is concrete. But maybe for simplicity's sake, we can just send that concrete into the hub. Fly through this way. Yeah, the camera's a bit wonky here just because I think we're building at a scale that maybe isn't intended for the game. Let's see here. This is just going to be to get our concrete that we're going to mine here out of the area. And it'll also provide power, actually. These belts will. Every once in a while, the camera just flips up. This is our concrete that we're mining from those blocks. It's just going to go back into the hub. These 3 miners, they'll get power as soon as that's all linked together. And then we're also going to need to move... Well, we'll do that later. Let's highlight this block and go underneath. So that block is going to eventually be our waste coming out. Let's run a belt. We may move these here. That's waste, or is going to be waste. We want to send that back to the hub too. And I think... yeah, the camera, we'll see. Our hub is over that way. And we have some belts in our way. How can we get... we want to get waste onto that belt that's going straight up. We might need more room to do that. One thing we can do... this is the old path for oxygen and waste and things from the existing colony. I'm just going to delete this. We're going to get rid of the existing colony. Get rid of these. And then I've got a belt of concrete coming through here. I'm going to just fill this hole, and it's going to give us more room to run belt. So let's put landfill block here. Boom, that'll take concrete right off of that belt and fill that hole. Same thing there. This. Get rid of the stuff that we don't, that we're using right now. We'll replace it with stuff that we can use. Okay, those two are going to get filled with concrete. We want this one to get filled with concrete too. Fill a belt over that. Those three will get filled up, and that'll give us a little more room to route things. This is the trash that we want to route here. Down here. And then I'm going to cross over in the middle. Yeah, I'm going to cross over because I think that concrete belt is going to stay. And this is trash from our colony that we're routing underneath and over to the hub. We don't have a use for trash just yet. I'm not sure if we will. Okay, one of the concrete blocks got filled, waiting for the two others. This belt will go and we'll route trash across this way and then over to here. Which more do these guys have to fill? Oh man, they have a lot. Yeah, that's going to take a couple minutes. While we're waiting on that, let's put down our oxygen generating area here. We need refiners for that. Boom. Refiners. We'll go with 3 of these. Not sure if it matters exactly where we place these. It just starts somewhere, and then we can always move them later. The ice is going to come in, water's going to come out. Let's make this ice melting. Melting. Ice melting. I think we can come straight into let's make it scalable. Yeah, let's make it scalable. Underneath we'll do the same thing. 3 more refiners. We've done this before. This time we're going to produce hydrogen and oxygen. Boom. Boom. And then we want the assembly line upgrade for these, so we only have to provide one input and one output. And then we need one pipe to bring the water down. Water from these refiners into these refiners down this way. Mark this one for upgrade. And then out here we're going to get hydrogen and oxygen. The hydrogen we need to send back to the our main hub. Basically back to the hub. Kind of like we're doing with the trash, or we're going to be doing with the trash, and we can make use of that same belt. All right, looks like our concrete thing is done. I'm going to redirect this concrete back to the main belt. And this belt here is going to go to the hub. Do I want to... that way? Yeah, let's just, we'll do a little zigzagging. You... here, to here, up the side, and around. So that belt is going to be important. That goes straight to the hub. This one right here. In fact, we could probably connect to it. Let's make use of this belt. And get rid of some of the extra stuff we're not using here. And I'm going to redirect this one to go up instead of down. So if I just drag on top of this guy, that'll make it go up. And then I'm going to tap into this belt right there. This belt is now a path to the hub. And we have hydrogen we need to get rid of from this process. Let's do it. I could... whoops, there's our camera. Sometimes it just flips randomly. Okay, these guys need to be marked for upgrade, right? Assembly line. Assembly line. Again, this upgrade allows us to just provide one input to the whole row of them. Hydrogen's going to come out, oxygen's going to come out. Oxygen, we're going to run a route up this wall somehow. We may have to put more of these pillars in. And the hydrogen, we're going to want to send just out to the hub, back up to the hub. Hydrogen can probably come out here. Hydrogen. Do this. That's going to send hydrogen back up to the hub. Oxygen's going to need to come up here somehow. I guess we could put... let's see, we could put that here. Let's put another belt going up. The camera flipping on me again and again. And again. Okay, now we want to get oxygen out of here. Let's do... we can do it out this other side, actually. And just bring it around, and then if we need to scale, we can move this later. Let's do it. This guy, I'm going to set a filter to say, give me your oxygen. That'll come out this way. Boom. And we'll go up. We're going to need to bring it somewhere out there. Those, maybe we don't need that one yet. Let's see if our miners are digging up this concrete for us. Wrong side. Yep, I think they're done. Dig the hole. Dig a hole. Dig a hole. And get rid of these belts now. That one maybe we can leave for now. All right. So we need trash to come out. Let's do this belt coming in. This belt coming out. And this belt coming in. This is going to have to be water, actually. So let's make that pipe. Oops, that's not a pipe. Right here. Nope, that's not a pipe either. What am I grabbing here? There we go, just a regular pipe. The water will come in, oxygen will come in, and here's the waste getting ready to come out. I might be able to dive through this hole. There we go. We have to get ice, a belt of ice into here. But let's route these waste products first. That is our trash. That, I think, is... Yeah, there's our pipe. This is our trash coming out. Yep. We're on the underside here. This is trash coming from the new colony. Gonna head out this way. Oh man, now I'm lost. Yeah, trash comes up the belt, boom, around, and finds its way over into that little hole there that goes up to the hub. So that's getting rid of the trash. That part is done. Now we need to get water to the colony as well. We have water being produced here. I guess we could just tap into this water as well. And we need to run that up the roof too, up to the roof. I guess we'll do water pipe here. Try it. We need a pipe that hops a belt. Boom. We need a pipe that makes its way up to the ceiling here. There are passageways. Where's my pipe? Guy's gonna go up the wall. Something like that. And then I think we can take water right out of this guy too. That hooked up that way. Now we need water into one of these guys. Let's change this belt around a little bit. You to you. This one we can just delete. Pop a belt over here with the pipe. There's water coming into the colony. This way, and where is the water pipe? Right there, right? Can I make that work? I can make that work. They have to come in like this. And that's going to now connect up water to the colony. We've got water going in. We've got waste coming out. Now we need to connect up this last belt somehow. This is going to be the oxygen going in. Yeah, we're definitely going to need more pillars. In fact, we should probably set up a pillar right here, right? And have a pillar come down from this spot. Thinking. If we did that, let's see. Oh yeah, we brought oxygen up, right? Did we? Yeah, there's oxygen. We have a belt of oxygen already up. We need to get that hooked in over here. Do it. This belt right here. I'm going to come over one and then this way. That's actually oxygen in. Yeah, the camera, I can't help it. It just flicks on its own. Oxygen's going up. Waste is coming down and finding its way to the hub. Water's going up. Now we just need to get ice down into these refiners. I think we've upgraded all of them. And we have a belt of ice over this way, actually. It's right down here. This is actually coming in from the hub. Let's get rid of this noise for now. Get rid of belts we're not using. All this doesn't look to be active anymore, so I'm going to delete it. So we don't have to look at confusing belts. And this belt, I happen to know, is ice coming right from the hub. So let's redirect this to actually come down as well. This is the same refiner setup, but instead we're making water and then turning that water and rock into concrete. That's happening on the underside. These belts can go. Ice comes down, we can put it in right there if we want. That might make the most sense. Belt. We need to hop here. Do it. Once that gets built, we should be all set. Ice comes down, gets converted into water. Water gets sent down here to produce hydrogen, which goes up to the hub. Oxygen, which goes up to our colony. And then we also would like to use some of this oxygen. In fact, we can probably just put... we want to make some more atmosphere. So let's just put one of these down. It might be enough. We can always add more. Maybe we'll just tuck this guy in here. Do atmosphere for us. Let's see. Are we getting... There's our hydrogen coming out. There's our oxygen coming out. Yeah. Okay. Oxygen going up to the community. Oxygen going into the atmosphere dispenser. Maybe this is going to be enough. I'll tell you what, instead of this weird pipe thing here, let's put a tank or a cistern. And then there might be some upgrades. I did some research. We'll get to doing that as well. Let's see. Is there refinery speed 15% faster? Takes an ice, concrete, and rock. We have all of that. I'm going to upgrade these refineries. One more. Get the refinery speed upgrade. And we can do the same thing down here. Might as well. And we can always scale this out as well. We can kind of move to the left or to the right, actually, and scale this production line. Just watch this for a second. Hopefully these guys are getting enough water. Seems like there's still plenty of ice. This belt is backing up. Kind of want to pull more off of this ice belt in a little while. We'll see in a bit. I'm thinking. What is missing? Construction material. Okay. Nickel. We're going to have to... What do we need nickel for? Is it for these upgrades? Oh, this guy needs nickel, the oxygen processor. Or the atmosphere dispenser. We need nickel. We don't have hardly any. Or we don't have any at all, actually. Alright. We'll worry about that in a minute. Let's get rid of this setup here. This was the old setup for what we were doing. We just replaced this. Let's get rid of all this noise. And I'm going to get rid of this stuff in here as well. Just so we don't have this. Worry about what this is. This is all old stuff. Those were the oxygen makers there. There's a couple atmosphere dispensers. Boy, it'd be nice if we would get the nickel back out of these. Let's just get all this out of our way for now. Delete. Get up. And we can get rid of the old colony too. Let's see. So here's our new little colony. Let's see if they're getting their needs met. They got water. They're getting their trash taken out. They have power. And they're complaining about not having quite enough oxygen. We might need to ramp up that production a little more to keep this colony going. Let's tear this one up, though. We're done with this. Leave the power lines. We'll leave these here for the time being, for at least for a minute. We're going to have to rebuild these. Comm center and a research lab. We'll do that in a minute. Yeah, we need to get a bit more... Oh man, looks like water's hurting too, huh? Oxygen, waste, water. It's not enough. Not enough. Let's see if we can ramp that up. We've got... Oh, they're waiting on power. Power. Why are you guys not connected to power? Should have plenty. Go up. Now this big monster solar array has a bunch of panels that are charged. We just need to make sure that it is connected to all of our other stuff here. And it should be connected underneath. Let's take a look and see. The belts conduct power, but as I rip out belts, I may be disconnecting things. Let's run some dedicated power lines. even though we have belts here, gonna go down a little bit, get further away from this. There's our big power infrastructure. I'm gonna run power lines here. It's super cheap to do. And we can build over these really easy. They literally just take one block of ice. Just want to make sure that this central area has access. Power, that's the underside. Right, there's the 3 portals for our little community, which is above. This pillar, these belts should be connecting all the electricity we need there. A little, well, we'll see when this gets built. Our little robots are off doing their thing, delivering all the ice to get this built. But we should have plenty of power. That should not be a problem for us. And that may be the reason why they're complaining about not having enough oxygen and stuff, is these just aren't even running. It's weird that we had power and now we don't. While we're waiting on that, let's head back up. Up this way. And let's set up a research lab. It seems to make sense to have one more row of these, right? The way these things are. Let's wait. I'm gonna grab a passageway and extend it out here. Boom. And then let's set up a new comm center for people to work at and a new research lab. Research lab, glass, silicon. We have steel, 6. I think we have 6 steel. Iron. So let's do both of these. Comm center there. Research lab next door. Then I'm going to go ahead and delete these guys. Delete. This belt is no longer used. And all of this infrastructure is no longer used. This was generating water for our old colony. Let me take this ice, send that back up. And all of this can go. And this ice, I want to go back up onto that belt. It doesn't seem to take it. There it goes. There it goes. The ice belt that we routed down below is actually coming right out of the hub. This is where it starts. The hub is kicking out just ice. Comes up along here. Boom. It was feeding this other water generation we had for the old colony. Goes around, around, down. Feeds our cement production, which is right underneath this platform. And then goes all the way down to where we're making that water and oxygen for the new colony. Here we getting, looks like we're starting to get oxygen and stuff again. Let's take a look at our colony. And I apologize for the camera. Okay, these guys still aren't happy about the level of oxygen they're getting. Or water, but we are getting some coming up, so we must have some power. Yeah, water and oxygen, still not enough to keep the colony happy. Okay, water was satisfied there for a second. Okay, some of these guys are happy. Maybe it's just taking a minute to fill up. We'll see. We may need to scale that up. Okay, these little question marks about the habitats, I think it's people need somewhere to work. And we can put them to work in these two buildings. Center, no workers. Oh yeah, we're going to need to ramp up oxygen and water, it looks like. We'll take care of it. Let's assign these guys a workplace. This guy gets to go to center. 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 I think there's 3 workers there normally. And then I think this one takes 5, the research center. Let's do this bottom row, all research center. Boom. Research center for you. Research center for you. Research center for you. And research center for you. Let's see. Yeah, we still aren't doing good on oxygen and water. Let's go see what the issue is. Got plenty of ice coming in. These guys are producing. Our cistern is empty. I think we just need more. Let's see if there's another upgrade. I don't think there is yet. Refinery speed 1. Railroad speed 1. That's not... I don't think that's the issue. Yeah, we might just need to throw another one down. Let's do it. I can just center click to copy that. This is going to be ice melting. Once it builds, we're going to want to put the upgrade on. The atmosphere dispenser I'm not worried about just yet. We'll get that built. We need to produce nickel. And nickel is very, very rare on our asteroid. I think we might be able to import it though. We'll see. Now that that's built, let's get the upgrades. We need assembly line in order to even get at this ice. Okay, assembly line I think is being built. There's a little arrow. Just waiting for these guys to come deliver their goods. Here we go. And that upgrade's done, and then let's do refinery speed. Boom. I think water's the main issue. I don't think it's these guys yet. Alright, so we have another one online. Hopefully that'll improve both the water and the oxygen situation a little. These upgrades, the refinery 1, let's see if there's another upgrade. We have the lab working. Right, we have a new lab. We have people assigned to that lab. They have at least a little bit of oxygen to breathe. They don't breathe hard, it'll be fine. Let's see if we can get another refinery upgrade. Go into the research lab and I look at projects. Hot speed upgrade 3, don't need that. Acid drainage, improve smelter efficiency, nope. Mining speed, don't care. Deep mining, don't care right now. Smelting speed, nope. Factory, nope. Here's refinery speed 2. This takes 100 hydrogen. We have tons of hydrogen. We have 32,000 stored, 33,000 stored. And oxygen, we have 128 oxygen stored. Not a lot, but we have enough. And we have tons of concrete. Let's research this guy. And now what needs to happen with the research, we either have to belt in products to the research lab, or what's a little bit easier, if I just click on a drone here on the right, and then I right click the research lab, boom, I can say supply building. And now that drone is going to go off and fetch the resources needed for that upgrade. It's going to take a while because he needs to bring 300 things over. But here he comes. Boom, there's one. We might put 2 on that. Let's see how that works. I'll click the second one up from the bottom, right click. Maybe I can only do 1. Make sure I'm clicking on this thing. Supply building. And it looks like they may have to wait for the research lab to actually process the material they brought before they can bring the next one. Maybe not. These guys are starting to move. All right, so that'll research our refinery speed upgrade. Yeah, we're still short on oxygen, and I don't even have the atmosphere generator. Although these guys look like they're a little more happy now. Looks like their oxygen demand is satisfied from just about everybody, so maybe it's catching up. All right, good. We have a research project going. Let's see what this comm center thing's all about. If I click on comm center, we have 3 workers. Let's look at the projects. We've got trade deal negotiations. Negotiate a trade deal carried out in the spaceport. You can specify what kind of resource you offer and what kind of resource you demand. It would be nice to get more nickel. If we look at the top of the screen, I've got 117,000 rock stored, 81,000 oxygen, 9,000 iron, 3,000 silicon, 24 nickel. So one of these things is not like the others. We only have 24 nickel. There's not much on our asteroid. There is still some to mine, and we'll get at it. But it'd be nice if we could trade for that. Then we've got call supplies. Offer supplies from orbit. Select the resource you want delivered. We have an... Oh! Wonder if I can... Let's see. Wonder if we can request this. Let's tell you what, let's wrap this episode here. Again, I apologize for the camera. It does kind of twitch in the game. There's 2 camera modes. I'm using the one that I think is the smoothest for how big of a structure we have here. But yeah, let me know in the comments if that is just unnerving or not. I know it's kind of distracting. But yeah, next episode, let's get into the comms and see if we can't bring nickel down from space on a supply ship or something. Yeah, let's leave it here for now. We got our new community built. And we have oxygen, hydrogen, and water being produced. Not bad. For now, Glidercat saying thanks so much for watching. Hope you enjoy this series on Facteroids. It's a pretty cool game. Now, like I said, I'm playing it kind of at the max. And this is mostly an aesthetic build more than like a factory build. I'm not chasing down the tech tree, although we're going to be able to now that we have the platforms and stuff to build on. It's going to make things a little bit easier. But we're going to chew back this whole asteroid as we play on. But yeah, that's it for now. I will see you all in the next episode.